Outlaw Sports is brought to you by Molson Canadian, made from Canada, and Rocky Mountain Barbecue, Alberta barbecue cuisine at its best.
Talking with a Stampeder official this past week, I said, what about the Argos? You're looking at a team, watching this Saskatchewan Argo game. If there was 10,000 people at that game, I'd be surprised.
Yeah.
And he said, you know what? It's panic situation down there. 10,000 people coming to the game, but he says their TV numbers for Argo viewers are huge, apparently. But I don't get the 10,000 people going.
I don't understand that market at all, and obviously it's the big city market, and they love their front runners. There's more Buffalo Bills supporters there, people that go there. I don't understand it. They didn't fill the building for the Buffalo Bills either.
Yeah.
So they're just a passive fan base in that way. But yeah, it's disappointing. The numbers are good, TV-wise, as you said. The viewership should be there, the fans should be there, but it's not translating to the season tickets or people in the seats, and it really hurts.
Viewership for Argo games may be strong, but overall, this guy also told me, overall, the TSN ratings across the league down 25% this year, which to me was shocking. And he gave me an example. He said that last Rider game, normally when the Riders and the Stampeders play, it's about a 1.2 million audience. This one was 700,000.
Yeah.
Have you got any reason for that? Anything going to cross mind?
A couple of things.
Other than their record?
The disparity between the winning teams and the losing teams, I think, with three teams at 1-5 or 1-6 going into last week, that didn't help because it felt like every game was predictable.
Right.
The Riders not doing as well, I think, hurts overall because there wasn't as much excitement about their games, obviously. And then it could be a down year. And one thing is, we've seen offense is down this year. Offense is what people want to watch. Defense wins football games, but offense is what actually people want to tune in to see. I think that those are a few main reasons.
I asked him about Stampeder tickets as well. Stampeder's season tickets are down 1,200 this year, but he said the walk-ups have increased this year.
Right.
Again, what do you read into those kind of numbers? Or
well, they're coming down because of the year they hosted the Grey Cup.
Yeah.
Then they had a peak, and then it's going to come down from there. I think the one thing that's surprising is you're seeing a lot of the red seats empty this year. Those are season ticket holders who aren't giving away their tickets or can't find anybody to give away their tickets. The games this year, early this season, haven't been a great draw. I know Edmonton was in here, but everybody thought Edmonton was a mirage. Turns out maybe they were. Who knows right now?
Yep.
It's tough with their injuries situation, but the one thing that they'll be stronger as Labor Day hits and some of the bigger draws come in later in the year. Saskatchewan will be here twice in the September-October area. That'll be big ticket draws. The walk-ups, I think that's a product of people deciding at the last minute whether to go to the game or not.
Right.
Weather has a lot to do with that.
Yeah. You never know. You can start to go to a game and it can change.
Yeah. I went to a practice this year where I needed an umbrella to start the practice, and by the end, I was requiring sunscreen.
Welcome to Calgary.
Hi, I'm Henry Burris. I love Calgary, and I'm proud to call this place home. While Calgary has an interesting history, there aren't a lot of buildings that remain since the early days. And some of those that are left are in pretty bad shape.
Now we can revitalize this area with the use of robotic parking. It's efficient, it's accessible, and it's safe. The best part is that it's easy to use. For more information and a chance to invest with us, visit 7th Avenue Autopark.com.
Football fans across Canada, underneath the CN Tower, inside an open Rogers Centre. Great night outside. The records of these two teams, not so much. The Argos will get the ball first here tonight, the showdown of the lowdown.
So I'm looking at this 25% decline and wondering what the hell's wrong with the league?
What's wrong?
Well, what's wrong
Simple
with
question, Grant. What the hell's wrong with the league?
And you got 30 seconds.
There is a huge war between major corporations, TSN and Sportsnet, which is Rogers.
Right.
They are not letting each other do what they have of their own. They're protecting it big time. So you're absolutely right. TSN Bell is protecting their CFL property, not letting anybody else. So nobody else is going to overdo it. They're not going to do the things that will help sell the product. I buy that, and I agree with that. My concern is, though, the product on the field this summer has not been as good in summers past, in my opinion. I can recall watching games in the past on a summer night saying, this is great entertainment, big scores, good action, quality play, kickoff returns for touchdowns. I have not seen that. So I agree with you on the marketing of the game, but I've not seen the quality of play on the field that turns me on, or others on, to watch it more. Now, I do know that after Labor Day, people stay home from cabins and camping and holidays and tend to watch more. So I assume ratings will go up after Labor Day. But there's just not that spark, Mike, to me, on the field this year, that player or two that turns me on to watch more. Do you agree with that?
Well,
I mean, there's some okay play.
There's some okay, but again, I'm looking at the league as a whole, Grant, and I just don't see any, other than on TSN, I just don't see anyone really excited about the league and really pushing it, other than Saskatchewan.
But don't you get excited? To me, this is like the Calgary Flames, and I've mentioned this to Ken King, the president. I said, it's time for the Flames to give me some wow, a wow factor. And I think the CFL is in that same boat, Mike. I need a player or two that go, whoa, got to see the highlights, got to watch this game. Can't wait for Montreal, can't wait for this team to come in. I can't wait to see the highlights of this certain player. I don't see the wow factor in the CFL. And I think it's a proliferation of sports on TV with NASCAR, IndyCar. I mean, how much soccer now is on TV in this country? You see more soccer than anything else now. Well, not anything else, but as much as anything else on the major sports networks. So I think the CFL is just getting muddied in that big, big sports pool.
I agree, Grant, and I think it's time that they have to take a hard, long look at the way they're marketing the game.
It goes back to that too.
You know, it's pretty easy to sit by and think, well, TSN's done a great job with Friday Night Football over the years, and then, of course, the Grey Cup. Well, you have to make it bigger from point A to point B.
No, that's true.
And I really think it's lacking.
I don't disagree with you on that. I'm just saying, to me, there's another part of it too. The product on the field doesn't turn me on as much as it used to. But I do agree with that if you're a private production company and you have an idea that you think would help sell the game, make your game look better, TSN's probably going to veto that. If they don't buy it or want it, they're not going to let anybody else have it. So you have a point, and that would probably make things more exciting. Because sometimes you can sell the sizzle, which makes the whole thing look even better.
Absolutely. I'll mark down here the day you and I agreed
on something.